Drew has some fermented tea, which is. Oh, that was not a good way to start the stream. But hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
No, hey, it's fine. Welcome, everyone.
I mean, Drew, you have some beer with you, right?
Yeah, of course. Does he? Yeah, you have to. I have. I just went. This is where I went to get food. So Hugh and Magoo.
Oh, nice.
Probably you guys have.
I've never heard of that place before.
I know it's like the only one in my town, but it's really good.
The filet mignon of chicken.
That's yes.
You know, I had sous vide chicken today for dinner. I made chicken breast, sous vide chicken breast.
You know, like I was actually thinking about you yesterday because me and Hunter were over at my friend's house, and his son was like talking about chickens, and I was like, oh my god! Every time I hear chicken now, that's what I think of is you. And like he wanted a chicken.
Oh,
he wanted a chicken so he could chase after it. And his mom.
Why? Like, just to chase after it?
Yeah, he wants a chicken to run after it. Yeah.
Poor chicken, bro.
I know. It was too funny though. Yeah, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? Well, we got.
I have it by my desk at all times.
So, yeah, so what we were talking about before we came on is we were talking about a little bit about the OnePlus 11.
Also, this is just tea, by the way.
Yeah. Is it regular tea or green tea? What do you have?
I think it is green tea, but there's no alcohol in it, by the way. It is just normal tea.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I know.
Terrible. We need some alcohol. I'm just drinking Coke. So nothing.
I got my
crazy
Starbucks ready for the day. I need it.
You're drinking Starbucks at 5 o'clock, bro?
Almost 6. Yeah, I got it like 30 minutes ago. Yeah,
that's when his day begins, man.
Exactly.
Oh,
my day.
Really? Like, what time did you wake up?
I woke up at like 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So
he also texted us really early this morning. So he was texting kind of early this morning.
What time?
Actually, okay, wait, no, I capped. So
I don't remember.
I went to bed at like 7 a.m. and I woke up at 12. That's what it was.
What time zone are you in?
He's in Pacific.
Yeah.
He's in
not anymore.
He's in California time.
Yeah.
He's in the Michael time zone.
Yeah, it's my time.
Right, do you have like those night curtains or like what do they call those? The
sun goes straight into my bedroom every
Bro,
morning.
that cannot be good for your sleep schedule.
In your bedroom?
I try. I've learned to try and do that.
How can you fall asleep with the sun coming in the room? Like that's I would need the light blocking. I have the light blocking.
The more you think about it, the more it doesn't happen. So I just try to not to think about it. That's just kind of the goal.
Just blocks it out of his mind.
Yeah, the sun is not there. It is my time.
You can't. It's not there if you don't acknowledge it. Yeah, dude. I just saw the thumbnail. Like that's a really well made thumbnail.
I haven't seen it.
You know, I usually get Drew's videos pop up for me on my phone. Like I have the notification set for him. I'm surprised I didn't get it today.
Mine's like screwed up. I haven't been getting notifications, or I get them like a day late, which has kind of been frustrating lately.
Oh, yeah. It might be the new CEO.
I have you set for every notification. So
the new CEO.
Did you guys hear about the new YouTube? Yeah, the new YouTube CEO.
Yeah.
Oh, they changed CEOs? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Susan.
I still can't pronounce her last name.
Wojcinski? Something.
No, because there's no N. So like I don't.
We're all just gonna butcher her name.
It's like Wojcinski.
There's no N though.
What is her name? YouTube CEO.
W-O-G-I. I can't remember.
It's W-O-J-C-I-C-K-I. Wojcicki?
Kiki? I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay. Oh, it's okay.
Wow.
I mean,
her net worth
it's a little bit hard to
estimated at $765 million. She is
her salary,
rich, dude. No, her net worth.
Oh,
her net worth.
Damn, that is a lot of money.
Yeah, she's very rich. All right, so who's the new one? Who's the new CEO?
It's the ad
guy. Oh, Neil Mohan.
Yeah, so apparently he was the person that advocated for the removal of the dislikes and stuff. Like all the bad features of the modern YouTube, apparently.
Wow.
So
he also ran Shorts. Like Shorts was like his whole thing too. So
have you?
I kind of like Shorts though.
Have you guys made?
Apparently, you make more now.
They started.
No, actually, I make less money on Shorts now.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like there's been no change. I feel like there's been no change on Shorts.
I'm not even gonna try uploading to Shorts because what I've realized is like if I were to switch from TikTok to YouTube, switching your short form content, like let's say I uploaded all my TikToks onto YouTube every time I uploaded on TikTok and made it a short, it wouldn't convert to long form subscribers. So I think if I were to just like start fresh with long form, it would be better off than just shorts.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like if YouTube really wants to succeed with the shorts, they have to like, you know how TikTok has its own like culture and their like own way of speaking, and they have this like this culture, right? Specific culture of TikTok. I feel like if YouTube Shorts really wants to succeed, it has to do that somehow organically without forcing it, which I think is going to be hard.
But I was going to say, in addition to that,
there needs to be a way to. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say like I'm sure you agree with me like this, but like you know how you can reply to a video with a video.
Exactly.
Or you can.
Oh, YouTube has none of those features yet.
No.
Yeah.
That's why. It's
absolutely terrible.
Then, if you compare like what pops off on YouTube Shorts versus what pops off on TikTok, it feels like there's like it's just not as good because I feel like you get more engaging content on TikTok where you're not getting as engaging
you can't reply to comments with videos. It's just
YouTube still feels really corporate, while TikTok really feels like it's like fun.
You can feel the PG of YouTube, I think. Like I think that's
what's PG?
Like just the general content is safe, right?
It's
like,
it's
it's very specific at that. I think the only way you'll see a huge like shift with shorts is if the government really does get rid of TikTok. Like if that happens, I think you'll start to see a shift.
Has there been an update on that? Like I haven't heard anything about that recently.
I mean, they're still arguing about it like every week.
Could it actually pass? Like, could this be something that happens in 2023? Like, realistically?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty close. Majority don't like, all the, especially, I mean, with current events right now, I don't think it's helping China's case at all. So I think unfortunately, it might even speed up
3 or 4 balloons or things that have been shot down like recently. It's crazy.
But I'm
I kind of like stopped listening to all that like balloon stuff after like the second one. It's like, oh, there's another one, and then I just kind of lost track.
If they do get rid of it, I am curious, like, how do you shift your current TikTok to shorts? Because like you're pretty much starting over if you're not already up.
Really.
You can't. It does not translate. I don't think.
Yeah, like what Michael said, like you'd have to start over. Like you can't just bring that content over directly. I mean, some of them work, some of them will work, but like if you have this kind of thing going where you have something with your audience, it just doesn't work because you have to literally go all the way back and start over completely.
No, exactly, and like legit, like the only like I said before, like the reason why you wouldn't want to start short form right now on YouTube specifically is so you have the room to start long form content, because otherwise if you like I said, you can't start with short form content subs and kind of switch over to long form because the conversion is going to be terrible.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen. That'd be nice, but we'll see. I guess.
But I mean, I think the thing that would have to happen is if TikTok did go away, I would hope that whoever was on TikTok would be able to kind of push YouTube, push Instagram to change things about it so that it is more like TikTok, because I mean the 60-second limit doesn't work. The lack of engagement with your audience because of not being able to reply to them with video or stitching things or whatever, those kinds of things. There's little things that they can fix that would make it much better. I mean, it's obviously copying TikTok, but they could do something kind of different that would be better. What now?
Do you know the streamer Ludwig?
No.
Okay, so he used to be a Twitch streamer, and you know how recently YouTube has investing a lot of money on YouTube live streaming? So YouTube has been not buying out, but like making these really expensive contracts with these big content creators and essentially bringing them from Twitch to YouTube. And Ludwig was one of those people who were like collaborating with YouTube and people working in YouTube to make the live stream features more compatible with features live streamers actually want. And then he got banned from YouTube 1 week after moving to YouTube. And then he got like reinstated again. But like I feel like that's what's going to happen with TikTok. But like unless YouTube really invests a lot of money like how they're doing it with live streams, it won't work.
Well, hopefully you don't lose your content either. Like if they ban the app, I'm hoping like content creators can still like access what they created, because think of that library that's just gone.
Yeah,
I don't think it
exactly.
would necessarily ban your account. I think you would just lose access. 'Cause I think when they did it in India, I don't think that it banned users' accounts. I think it just revoked access. So technically, you should have like an archive of stuff, in like if you use like a VPN or something like that. But
Oh,
I
just
wonder if
change-
people will
change the
start using
country.
VPNs to actually just still use TikTok.
people probably will, and
I
I
don't-
guarantee you, people are going to profit off of it too. They're going to make a super
man.
expensive TikTok exclusive VPN.
We're gonna see a lot of ExpressVPN and NordVPN sponsorships from YouTubers from now on.
Mhm.
Man.
Do you? I mean,
problem
do you think that's easy enough for people to do? Like, I mean,
Well, no. Well, it is, but the problem is like you can't really manage that with brands because if you want to do brand collaborations, you're not going to work with a platform that you can't see, your
Exactly.
creators' content on. It doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
So there's going to be quite literally no point to create content on TikTok once that goes through. So
yeah, because the ease of use is gone, and then the audience is gone from that
that's
country. It's
true.
completely
yeah, no, you're
erased.
just like kind of done at that
That
point.
is true.
So, like, why would a US based company want to advertise if they're not even advertising to the audience that they are trying to get to?
Yeah, you're just assuming everyone's on a VPN, and you can't do that with
Yeah.
like brand marketing.
And I mean, there are people
Yeah,
that don't
that would
really
make
even
sense.
understand what a VPN is. So,
Virtual
I mean,
private
it-
network.
A lot of the
Yes.
younger generation doesn't know what a VPN is, and they do utilize it. But it's just the fact that you have to have that to use TikTok. It wouldn't work
Yeah.
well.
I guess the
I mean,
barrier.
and I mean, it seems like VPN has, VPNs have kind of been bigger because like things get blocked or things get changed, like Netflix changing with their password thing, and trying
Yeah.
to fool it into thinking where you're going is their household because they're changing things, stupid
That's
stuff
At
like
that point, you need to
that.
set up like a proxy. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Netflix thing is just, I feel like they're going to reverse that pretty quickly. It's such a mess.
Well, I did
Some
in the
people were
US.
comparing it to Blockbuster and like how at the end of the life of Blockbuster they kept on like nickel and diming everybody, and now Netflix is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Could you
Except
imagine if this
there's
was the
one
way for
more Best Buy.
Blockbuster to come back?
There's
Imagine
one
if
more
Blockbuster came
Blockbuster
back, though.
in America. One more
Based on
original
come
one.
back though. I would honestly support that so much. See if Blockbuster
I
came
would
back.
100%.
Just for the
100%.
nostalgia, I think there would be a lot of support.
I don't
And
think
that could
Ian
be
and
a
Drew
really
want
good
to see it come
marketing.
back because I don't say they
What's
want. I
that?
don't think they want to see their late fees on Blockbuster come back
Oh,
as
man.
well.
Well,
No,
I mean-
I don't think they'll do late fees or anything. But
I think
No,
it's just going to
I
be a
think they'll
streaming service,
Right.
right?
Well,
Like-
yeah, I would assume so. But if you were to
Like-
create an account again, it
Like
should
late
be
fees in 2023.
Me and Ian
Could
are
you
going to get a
imagine this?
bill from the 90s.
Yeah,
Like $280.
It's like, damn, I thought I got away, but they like, wait,
You
aren't
remember
there
that
people who
videotape
still
you didn't
haven't given their
rewind?
DVDs back? Like,
yeah.
once they went bankrupt and then they just never give it back.
I think
They're
they
suddenly
sold
gonna
off
get a
their
mail.
inventory at the end of their lifespan. So I mean,
Yeah.
there's most of them just kind of like
I have a
liquidated.
crazy thought. Okay, so you know how Netflix has their original programming? Imagine if Blockbuster returned. They had physical stores, so they were renting videos, but they actually created their own original content, and you had to rent it from them in physical
That'd be kind of cool.
Physical
That
actually.
would be,
DVDs.
yeah.
Blu-ray.
Might bring back
That'd be
Blu-ray.
cool.
I mean, that'd be sick.
Like,
Could
it
you
wouldn't be
imagine?
as big as Blockbuster used to be, but it'd be a whole
No.
new niche that's like really good.
Or you know
That's,
what?
that's
right?
really sick. That would
Blockbuster-
be sick, actually.
They should also sell their own VPN.
Well, yeah.
Oh, just as like a fuck you
Yeah, just
to
to add in.
Yeah.
that would
Well, I'm
be
not paying
funny.
attention.
if they were to do the whole DVD exclusive thing, it would backfire so quickly because of the amount of pirated content there'd be out there. Just
Yes.
oh
No,
Right,
so
but
it's
I think-
original. Like,
DVD.
Yeah, but Netflix doing what it's doing is just going to bring pirating right back.
No,
I
I know.
mean-
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Kind of just
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So
and so like the whole
Once-
marketing is gonna be nostalgia. So like
yeah.
people who are gonna want to watch it are gonna pirate it either way, right? But people who want to
Yeah.
pay for the nostalgia, who want it, like that experience again from their childhood or their teens, they're gonna pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would definitely pay for that. That seems really fun.
How's it going? All right. The only reason they're trying to ban TikTok is because they're beating IG, Facebook, and YouTube money. So they're all lobbying Congress for a ban or reduce their reach. Yeah, it's that too, but it's also, I think, the Chinese influence. I think that part of it is their concern. So like what I've seen is all these government entities or businesses banning their employees from using it, of course, on the business corporate devices, which obviously makes sense. But yeah, I see you guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
TikTok, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I still don't even have TikTok on my phone, even though it came pre-installed, which sucks.
That's wonderful. Look, I love the
Yeah, it's
free bloatware.
Oh yeah, you buy a foldable. You know, it comes with preloaded bloatware. That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's the best part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear my dogs, by the way? I don't know if you.
Yes, I can. A little bit.
I think.
They're going ham over there.
They're
Michael,
in
I'm
the
still gonna send
backyard.
this to you. I promise. This is.
Oh, I
coming
thought
to
you
I
sent
promise.
it already. Okay, that's
I
fine.
haven't sent it.
Did he
yet.
buy it? I want one too.
No, he's gonna use it, and if he likes it, he's gonna buy it. If not, he
Is
can
it the
bring
first
it back
one, or-
and we'll sell it.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Yeah, it's the first one.
The Duo,
Yeah,
was it?
yeah, the
I got-
regular. Yeah, the Duo.
I got a lot of content on my hands right now, so it's probably best that I don't. Because, like, bro, how do
I know.
Hold up. 23. Oh, I couldn't see it. 23,
Oh,
11.
go.
Was that? What is that one? Is that the 11? Oh, that is the
Green one?
11.
Yeah, the
11,
yeah.
7,
One plus
13,
11.
or 14.
And then I got the
14.
14.
Yeah. I'm testing all these right now. It's hard because 4 phones at once is a little challenging, but
The blend?
You gotta get
That's the
you
question.
gotta get the what the hell is the thing called with the 4 phone stands on it?
oh
What's that?
yeah.
What is that? What is that thing called?
Da-na-na-na-na.
The tripod thing you hold that has all the slots for the phones.
Oh,
The
the
camera
one.
comparisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the name. You're gonna be like the photographer guy now. You're gonna just go around taking random pictures with 4 phones and comparing them.
Michael, you
got-
want to learn how to TIG weld?
Uh,
So you can make a little 4-phone bracket. What is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I prefer, but honestly though, W phone. This phone's awesome.
That's the
I kind of
regular
figured that would be.
S23, right?
I kinda
Yeah.
figured that would be.
I think
And
price
you
to
know what? No one-
performance.
Yeah, but like nobody's been talking about the S23 or the S23 Plus. They're only talking about the Ultra.
I
That
really
drives me
like the
nuts, like-
S23. Yeah, and the Plus. Like both of those are like
Yeah.
my favorite hands down.
They're-
I would
They're perfectly
the standard-
fine.
Yeah.
and go to Phi. Like $299 for that S23 is a steal. Like that
Is it still for sale?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's still $299,
Order.
$499, and $599.
Don't you have
I
to
should
like
do it.
bring your phone number to it or
No,
You
something?
just have to have Fi. That's it.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
have to
what?
keep
Really?
it on there for like 60 days or something.
Not even that. You just
Oh,
have to
okay.
activate it on there, and then you're good.
Yeah,
What carrier? is it on?
I love this thing. It's like the perfect size because like this is my.
Was it 6.1 inches still, or is it 6.2?
It's
Wow.
I don't even know the specific, but like it's a little smaller than the 14 Pro, and it's so
Mhm.
much more like holdable. You know, like it's like a
Exactly.
13 mini in a way. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, and
I want to bring my
battery is
dog.
solid.
Give me a second.
It does
Yeah.
look good though. It looks like it really looks good. I don't
Well,
know how to
battery's
describe
good
Yeah.
too. Like 8 hours easily on that thing.
Is
which
it-
is
Drew,
really
is it
impressive.
better than the 13 mini or is it better than the 13 mini or 12 mini?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I would
Battery-wise?
take, I would take the S23 any day. It's that Snapdragon Gen 2 chipset is insane for battery performance. Like the OnePlus
I can't
phone,
wait. I can't wait.
I left it on for 3 days straight, and it was still at 86%. Like, the
That's
standby time
crazy.
is insane.
Wait, just on the home screen?
Yeah, it was just on. I just let it sit there,
Oh.
and it was at 86%. And then
I mean,
That's crazy.
technically though, that's just one hertz.
yeah, and then heavy usage.
yeah,
it's
even
2 full
lower.
days. Like 2 full days. And then on top of that, the thing I like about the OnePlus phone is it charges from 0 to 100 in 25 minutes. It's insanely fast charging. So I think they nailed it with this one this year. It's a really
So what do
good
you
phone.
what do you think about the no wireless charging though? I thought that was a little
So,
strange.
I thought it was
Who uses wireless charging?
well, not only that.
Me, every day.
Where?
Well, I have a
When?
Tesla, so I just put it in the
Oh,
I put it on the wireless charger. So
okay.
But it's-
I forgot. Some
God.
people, okay, because my car doesn't have a built-in, and I just plug it in every time. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
but
also
the,
it's like really slow. So I'm like,
yeah, and well, the weird thing with the wireless charging is like it does suck because they did give it to the last gen, so why take it away?
Yeah.
But the weirdest
But does
thing
it
is-
really reduce the price?
right? It doesn't.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
my
cheap-
thing.
I mean,
assembly though.
it's a
Because, like-
relatively cheap component, but then they added Wi-Fi 7. Like nobody needs
Oh. I
saw
Wi-Fi 7
that.
right now. It makes no sense.
No one.
Okay,
Not even
that's
Michael
true.
has Wi-Fi
That
7,
is-
does he? He's got 5 gigs now.
Right.
Like
Good.
first in the
That's wild.
nation in America,
Yeah.
right?
Like
probably
ditch
is.
Wi-Fi 7 and give me wireless charging. No one, I can't use Wi-Fi 7.
How fast
And,
is
you know,
charging, by the
and,
way?
You know, he has a good point. When you have super fast charging like that, who needs wireless charging?
Yeah,
If
I
the
mean,
battery
true.
lasts and it takes a very short time to charge it. Now, the only thing I have to ask though is that super fast charging going to reduce the battery health over time?
Yes,
If you
of course, it's going to
constantly-
degrade the fuck out of that battery. Of course it is.
Right.
So that's the point. They can make the
So-
phones fast charge, but are they going to also support right to repair?
I have something to add into that. So I made a video
Go
on that, on the whole, is super fast charging better than wireless? And like, OnePlus is working on a technology right now with the OnePlus 11. It's not going to, I don't think it's present unless it's like secretly present before a patent. But they're working on a self-healing battery that'll repair itself past degradation. It's really weird, and I forget the specifics on how exactly it works, but it's crazy.
I'm very curious about that. So, like, degradation. So, if it degrades, how much degradation will it have before it heals itself? How much can it heal itself? Is there like
No clue.
a limit?
I would assume
mean-
it just like it keeps itself at peak performance, so it makes it to where it doesn't degrade. I guess initially, I don't know. It's really weird.
Until I see it, I feel like I'm not going to put any thought to that because any company can spew marketing claims as much as they want. But if it only regenerates like 1% of the battery capacity over like the span of 3 years, when the life expectancy of the phone from the manufacturer is 1 to 2 years, it's a little bit difficult. So I'm not saying that's the case, but until I see it in person and see what's like actually going on, I'm not going to put any thought into that one.
It could
Also,
I mean,
Drew, just
and
a
this
heads
could
up,
also be
Drew,
like-
you have feedback in your microphone. Just to let you know.
What's that?
Drew has a little bit of feedback in his microphone. I can hear.
Oh, yeah, I can hear my own voice.
But yeah, it also in addition, like that
Is
could
he
be like
there?
a marketing thing. I think he's there. Drew, you there?
Drew.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out what was going on with it.
Okay.
Okay. But and the battery thing, the battery healing could be like a marketing gimmick, kind of like. Do you guys remember LG having those self-healing rear
Backs.
panels? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
The G Flex
The
or
LG,
Flex
yeah,
or
the
whatever?
Flex.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you remember it
Friend of mine
apparently
has
could
one
heal
of those.
itself if you scratch the back of it.
Yeah.
That's like the same shit as like the PPFs that we have now on cars, where like a slight scratch with a heater, it'll melt the plastic because it's really soft. But that's not really
Yeah.
self-healing. That's just, that's just like,
It's just tightening
is
it.
it self-healing? It's just appearance. There's no
Yeah.
real
No.
difference.
It's a marketing term just to make it sound like
Yeah.
it's doing something, But
Oh.
but like that, I don't know why it also reminded me. Do you guys remember Saturn cars?
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah.
So you remember they had plastic doors, like the doors were plastic. So like if a cart hit it, it didn't dent it.
Oh, that's right.
It
Yeah. They had,
wait.
yeah.
like just straight up plastic, not like
It
some.
was straight up plastic. It was not. It was like a mix of metal and plastic, but the outer portion of it was plastic, so that if something hit it, it wouldn't dent.
You
It would
pop
just
back
bounce
out.
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
That seems like a terrible idea. How do they even get quality control with that shit? What the hell?
There's a
This
reason
was
why they're
like
not.
in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
man.
like how cars like have a different color between the bumper and the hood and the rest of the car because the
of the different
bumper is
materials.
yeah. So wait, so all of them had just like a two-tone, slight, very different, like the door and the bumper were different
Yeah, it was
colors
like-
from the.
Late 90s, early 2000s. I
Oh,
think when
man.
they came out with those.
That's
the Ion,
crazy.
I think it was. If it, don't quote me on
But
that. It was
to,
like the
to be
Ion,
fair,
I think.
like '90s was
Yeah.
when they were like trying a lot of different things and just seeing what sticks to the wall though, because like they had seat belts
So-
that like moved and like
Yeah.
automatically buckled it for you.
Do you want to hear?
BMW
do
did
you
the
wanna hear
same
something
thing
crazy?
too in a while. Yeah.
So I went to the car show today, here in town, and they had a whole section of like older cars, like classic cars, and they had some older Mercedes. These
Yeah, let's
older
talk about
Mercedes
this.
were gorgeous, but they had a '97. I can't remember the model. It was like a SL500 or something like that, but it was like a 40th anniversary, and I forgot that like in the '90s they would only have like a driver airbag. You didn't have a passenger airbag. Screw your passenger. If you crash, you're dead. But you as a driver, you're fine. It's just crazy stuff like that. They also didn't have like anti-lock brakes or was it anti-lock brakes or no
Well,
disc brakes?
ABS.
Like some cars didn't have
Okay.
disc brakes.
even now, some cars are still what is it again? Drum brakes, though it's rare.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet.
Oh, you used to
man.
work at a Saturn dealership.
They were good cars. I thought they were good cars. You know,
I don't
rest in
see 'em
peace.
anymore. Is it the one with the
No.
red logo and it's like this?
Yes, a little.
Yeah.
There's like a
Okay.
little road coming through it.
I did my
I think there
driver's
was-
test in one. It was like a Saturn View, I think like the SUV or whatever.
Oh, the SUV.
There was a
that
really
like, it was like
cool
the
Saturn.
Aztec.
Yeah. I
Oh
did my
god!
driver's test in that.
Wait, isn't that
Mhm.
Pontiac? The Pontiac
Yeah.
Aztec?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that a
everyone should remember
Saturn-
Aztec because that was in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But
Well,
GM has
before-
always
Before
shared
Breaking Bad,
platforms.
in the car community, it was like a meme that it was one of the ugliest cars ever created.
It is,
And it is.
still. If
Oh,
you
it
look
is,
up, if you
yeah.
look up like lists of ugliest cars ever made, that's one of them. That's still one
Oh,
of them.
okay. Wait, you took a test in the Saturn Sky?
No, it was a Saturn
I
View,
love the
believe.
Saturn Sky.
Oh,
That was
okay.
also
Yeah.
so the Saturn
this looks
Sky
sick.
was also the same. They were shared with the Pontiac. Oh God, what was it called? There was like another version that Pontiac did. It was
Yeah.
different, slightly different fascia and rear.
I don't know if anyone watched it. Well,
We have Google at
Adam
our
LZ.
fingertips. And I'm trying to think about this.
what?
We have Google at our fingertips, and I'm just trying to like rack my brain to
Yeah.
think about the name of this stupid car. It was the Saturn
Pontiac.
Sky and the Pontiac. Hold on.
Ian needs that validation that he's not old
Pontiac
and can
Oh,
Solstice.
remember things.
Solstice.
Solstice. Yeah. No, I'm old, Drew. It's it's a problem.
I honestly wait. There was a one that's like from Cadillac too. That was like really similar to this.
Oh, they all like a bunch of.
Oh,
like, companies came out with
the
same thing.
XLR or something like that.
I think
The
so, but
Roadster?
that one looked really cool.
But that was not shared. That one was not shared. No, the Saturn Sky and the Pontiac Solstice.
yeah,
were
the
very
XLR.
similar, but the XLR was different.
The
Because
XLR
the
looks
bo-
like
look at
a
the body,
CTSV
compare
that
the
was just squished.
Yes, but it was.
But
a
I love the
two-door.
design.
It's
Yeah,
a gorgeous car.
it looks
That's a gorgeous
sick.
car. You know, it was gorgeous.
They need, like-
I saw the Lyric. They had the Cadillac Lyric. They had it.
Oh,
kinda
the
blocked
Lyric
off,
is
so I couldn't
cool.
you couldn't actually get inside of it, but it looked pretty good.
The Lyric looks amazing. That's one of the cars we saw at CES. It looks like, and the interior is really
Did
nice too for Cadillac.
Someone
You know,
should
the
make like a
inside- so this one, they didn't
stainless
let us get
steel
inside
wide
it.
body of
It was
it.
blocked off.
They should make the what is it the XLR, but with the Lyric, and they should make like stainless steel, like the ones from the DeLorean.
XLR, yeah.
Make it wide body and low. That would look sick. It would look like a.
Oh,
it would look like the
They had
DeLorean.
so
Basically
many
an
good
Envision.
cars there.
What is that?
Yeah. Oh
Envision, the
no.
Honda.
ugh.
Let me look it up.
Did you just say
Oh no, I thought you were talking about
What's
the Buick
that?
Envision.
Hell
Oh,
no.
the
said
Envision
Envision.
looks really cool. Yeah.
Dude, it's so badass.
my
That's
bad.
why
This
I'm
thing
getting
looks
that car.
sick.
I'm going to debt for that car. I'm not even joking.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I wouldn't. 100%.
I wouldn't go that far.
Bro, it is
Yeah.
it converts hydrogen into electricity, so you don't have to rely on.
That's just
EV
any
batteries.
hydrogen car,
Okay, but like,
bro.
got a
That's the
lot of
same as
range,
the
it looks
Toyota
badass.
Mirai, the
So, like,
Toyota
well, I don't-
Future.
but you're not cool in a Toyota Mirai.
Yeah, no,
No,
you're not.
not at all.
It's like it.
No.
Yeah,
It just like looks so sick.
What was the
That-
one? The Toyota Crown. That one was pretty nice looking though.
Crown?
the crown looks
you see
so
the crown?
ugly.
I think it looks all right.
I
like
hate
it.
how it looks because Crown is like the name that they used for like luxurious cars that they sold in Japan, right?
Oh,
So
no
they're
one-
bringing that nameplate to America, and like the luxurious,
Because-
they essentially made like luxurious Camrys. This just
Yes.
looks like a BZ4X that was that like
Oh my
it looks like a
God.
BZ4X and a Kia EV6, I think it was, like
I saw
mushed together.
I saw the Toyota BZ4X. I saw that last year, and then this
It
year I
looks so
saw
ugly.
the Subaru version. They look. Oh, they're so awful. Like who?
I don't know
approved that, dude?
who in Toyota thought that was a good idea.
And they put like cheap plastic all over it and cloth on the
Mhm.
dash, and then sell it.
Cloth
for
on the
more
dash
than
is
a
nice though. I
Tesla.
like that.
Uh,
Honestly,
But-
I feel like people hate on cloth interiors because it's like the cheaper one, but
I'm
like
not
cloth
hating on
interior is
interiors,
better.
I'm
I
just saying
feel like.
cloth on the
Honestly.
dash looks.
Yeah, that's sick. Less
I'm gonna be
glare,
honest,
less reflections.
Ian, it looks better than the black Model 3's interior with the wood grain on the dash. It looks so tacky. I'm sorry, but there's
The wood
just something
grain-
about it.
Now, let's go to the wood grain. Let's talk about the wood grain though. The wood grain. When
Isn't
I
it
look
like
at
a
used
fake
Model
wood?
3s, no, it's
I
like
don't
real
believe so.
wood because
No, it's
for
like
some
real. Yeah.
reason,
Oh.
Yeah, it's real. And the sad thing is that it starts to splinter and fade, and
Oh.
it looks like shit after a couple of years.
How does that even happen? Like, is it from
I-
like the
I-
sun or
I mean,
like?
not wood.
It's heat.
Sun,
It's heat
UV.
for sure. Yeah.
UV.
Like,
the clear coat
did I
degrades,
send
and
you
then
guys
the wood
picture? I
just.
sent you guys the picture of it, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the clear coat coming off the lacquer.
I'm glad I
uh,
have like
no,
no
it's like-
sun
and it-
where
and
I
it-
live.
It's no longer smooth.
Well-
It's like splintered up. It looks like absolute crap.
Wait,
I don't know,
Drew,
just
your
even
car's
from
a
the factory.
2020, right?
Mine's a 2022.
Yeah, mine's a 2020.
Wait, Ian, yours
I
is a
have the white.
2022?
No, mine's a
Mine's a
2022.
2020. Drew has a 22.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I was saying 2022, like TOO.
Oh yeah, he has that one.
Yeah.
I have the 2020.
Give it a few years, Drew.
I'm gonna get rid of it by then.
We won't keep it that
Oh,
long.
okay. Yeah. Okay, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. But I
No,
mean,
I
even
don't.
if
I'll
it's
probably
cold,
buy
the
it off
sun,
him when he's
the amount
done.
of UV that the car gets doesn't change unless you get more tint.
I'll send mine to Ian. Ian can buy.
Yeah.
I take Apple Pay.
exactly.
It's fine.
I'll take. Actually, I
Apple
want
Pay
to buy a
financing is
Tesla,
perfect.
but like I want to
In like-
make it like a drift
In like
car.
a year or two, I'm going to make a new video. I had the best experience buying a new Tesla, and it wasn't even through Tesla. Watch for more. I bought it from Drew.
I'm gonna be honest. Like drifting a Tesla is not what it seems because it is scary.
I
There's
heard.
so much rear wheel torque
Yeah.
that you have to control.
Yes.
Where the point where if you make one wrong mistake, you are fucked.
Oh no, I don't mean like
I
drifting
heard.
it stock. Like I mean like modifying it
Throwing
so it
coils on
handles
it and
better.
stuff.
Because like if you think about it, right, a Tesla Model 3, if you think of it as like like a gasoline car, you're essentially having a Mustang drivetrain in a like Ford Fusion that weighs the same as like a Ford
It's
Explorer.
smaller than a Ford
And
Fusion.
The wheels are like this thin, and you're supposed to have it like have instant torque and have it under control. There's no way.
Yeah.
So
No.
like it makes sense. So you have to modify it so it handles better. It's not supposed to be a performance car. It's a what is it called again? It's a commuter car.
Yeah.
Commuter car.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not a performance car.
Yeah, it's been an interesting. I'll just say it's been an interesting week. I've learned a lot so far about this whole electric. I feel like a total idiot. I came into this thinking I knew anything about this stuff, and I know nothing. I know absolutely.
Well, did you have
nothing.
fun?
I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's just like, if you buy a 3-year-old phone, you should know like off the gate that the battery is not going to be as good as it was new, and that's
Mhm.
something I should have realized because I really want to do like a full test of a week. And track my miles and then see how much I'm actually losing in battery. Because I mean, literally yesterday, I had it on the miles instead of the percentage because I want to see how much I was losing. So I think we left with 106 miles and got back home with like 46. I didn't go 50 miles. I didn't drive 50 miles plus. I drove like
It's not
maybe-
consistent, but that's to be
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah, it's to be expected.
I know.
And then,
Like
did you check
because
the
certain-
battery degradation? Because it'll tell you.
I
if
don't know
the
how.
battery's
How do you-
degraded.
how do you check it?
It's in the
Ian, I feel
car
like you should have done
under-
that before you bought the car.
Probably, but it's
Like
under the battery settings in the car. I don't think you can do it from the app.
So I thought you had to go like into the battery, like into the service menu and like check it that way. Like there's no way to
No,
do it like the iPhone where you go in and see the battery health percentage. in
No,
there,
it's in the interface though. From you can get to it in the car because I checked mine as well. Like when I bought it.
Okay. See, these
I'll
are
send
things
you
I
the
didn't know.
tip. Yeah.
These are things I didn't know. But now I know. Now I know. Like if I keep this for like a year or less, I'll just trade it. I'm going to trade it in. I'm going to get a long range performance model, whatever, and I'm going to get something that has the full self driving, all that stuff, and I'm just going to buy it used. But it won't.
I'm
be
not gonna
2 or
lie,
3
you
years
got a
old.
really good deal on yours because I looked around at like other standard range and like they're all like I think $5 or $6 grand more. So
wait, how much
for
did
the
you pay again?
mileage I got. So I
Yeah.
paid 33.
Oh, okay.
33,000. Yeah.
yeah, the ones in your here are like around roughly 40. So yeah, you got a good deal on yours.
Yeah.
For a
Same
standard
here.
range?
I just checked you. Yeah, standard range.
Really?
Do you still
Wow.
have a warranty on it, Ian?
So it actually is still under warranty until December, which was when it was. So it was
Oh.
purchased in December of 2019 by the original owner, and so it's under warranty until then. And then I believe the battery has the 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty still applies. But
That's
you
pretty
also
sick.
get a used warranty. So once the original warranty expires, you have 1 year, 10,000 miles used warranty with Tesla. So
Huh.
for the most part, it's still under warranty for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, if anything is going to break, I hope it's within that 2 years, so they replace everything for you for free.
Yeah. So So the only problems I've had is when I got it, I had bumped the camera on the left side of the car, and it like fell out. I was like, that's not supposed to happen. So I like pushed it back in and it clipped back in, but it was still loose. Like every time you would touch it, it would fall out.
Is there like a
Tesla
gasket?
services- yeah, it's like it looks like it just has two clips on it that are supposed to clip in and hold in. And
Is there
it
like a
should
little
come
like
out.
gasket so the water doesn't go in between the hole or anything?
I did not pull it out. Like I just wanted it to stay in there. I didn't like
Oh.
mess with it. I should have looked at that
You know,
though. But
did you know you can upgrade that?
you can upgrade what, the cameras?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll void your warranty or not. It might, but like I think Tesla upgraded the cameras to a higher quality one. And so I saw a video where like they were upgrading the cameras
good.
from like a newer model ones. I'm not sure which model years were the older ones and which model years are the newer ones.
You can put in a service request for it. Because I had
Yeah.
a friend do that to his Model X. He's got
To
an older
replace the
Model X.
cameras? But
Yeah,
you pay
and-
for
Yeah,
it.
the side
You pay for the
cameras.
cameras.
Oh, you have to pay for it.
Of
yeah.
course.
Oh, okay. No, I mean like, but
Tesla-
they look
Tesla
decent
isn't
to
going to
me.
do anything for free for you. No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and then the charging thing has made me feel like I guess they don't include a charger even with new cars anymore. So you have to buy a charger. So I
sucks.
bought the wall connector. So when you go through the ordering process, you have the option of ordering the wall connector right then and there. So I ordered the wall connector. That was $450, right? And then you get that, and then they give you a list of different electricians in your area, and then you can email them. Like as soon as you click the name, it opens up a new compose window for your email, has their email address, has some stuff that you need to tell them, like your address, just a couple things so that they know what to give you a quote on. So the first quote I got was like $500 plus $10 per every foot away from the breaker box. So like right off the rip, you're spending $1,000 on a charger. Like that's, yeah. So I also ordered the mobile connector because I know I'm not going to be able to get that done right away. And I don't want to go to the supercharger every 2 days because I was going about every 2 days to the supercharger. And
You
then
drive
you
a
guys told
lot.
me not to charge 100%. No, I really don't. It's really just the amount of battery it uses. Like it's not like 1 mile. Like every time you drive, it's using much more than what it says. Like it's not.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a gas car.
You-
It's not
You
like
need a
gas
Well, I
long
mean,
range, man.
you live at-
Long
I
range
do.
all the way.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. Because I mean, so at 100%, it was like 220 miles of range. But you have to think it's less than that. It's not 220 miles. It's
Yeah.
maybe like 150.
Yeah, so
And then
mine's
like if I'm only go ahead.
I wonder how much like
350.
Oh, sorry.
So mine's like 350, 360.
Mhm.
But I
That's a
probably
long
only
range.
get like 320 maybe, 310 tops.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's
I'm not
and the crazy
really-
thing, you go in the battery settings and it shows you like what's using stuff. So like air conditioning is using your Sentry mode is using battery. I mean, just like it's sitting there in the driveway, it'll just use battery. Like, I mean, the cold, like Drew was talking about when it's cold, when it was cold here, and it was not obviously not as cold as Michigan, but like it was cold here, and I noticed it was like losing battery overnight, just sitting there, just
Yeah,
chilling.
because it
I was
has to
like,
heat the
wow.
battery up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and so mine
Yeah.
in the cold, the other day I charged mine to 80, it was like 86%. I took it off the
Mhm.
charger and I totally forgot to like go back and plug it back in before I like went to bed and stuff. And I woke up in the morning, it was at 58%. So like the cold is real. Like it'll just
Yeah.
completely take
Destroy
away
it.
all of your
It's just
range.
eating it up the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah.
And
It's
you
never
could
off.
probably- What?
Oh, I was just gonna add that it's loud too. Like really loud when you don't have it plugged in and it's trying to warm itself.
Oh my god, the noises! When I was at the
Yeah.
supercharger and I kept hearing like metal clang, and I thought something hit my
Wait.
car. And
Wait, did you get
I
a
looked it up
software
and it was
update?
talking about the battery expands, and I was like, "This is fucking wild."
Did you get a software update yet?
I did the first day I had it.
Because it makes weird noise when it updates too.
Oh, I have it updated at like 2 a.m. I didn't update it while
Oh,
I was
okay.
awake.
Yeah, it's
So I
loud.
have
It
no
like
idea what
you'll
it's-
hear like clanking and stuff from the brakes and stuff because it's updating. It's terrible. I thought it was gonna
crazy.
explode. Yeah.
This is something I kind of want to ask you two about it, and this is kind of a good comparison point because you have a used car with battery degradation. You have a relatively new car with not a lot of degradation, and so Tesla's. Did you know Tesla's battery? Not battery. Sorry, brake temperature. They assume it. They don't actually have a sensor for the brake rotors to measure the temperature. So if you have a lot of braking, it'll say it's overheating even though it's not. If you use it a lot. If it is, I explained this really badly. Anyway, does it consider the amount of mileage for the degradation? Like, does it compensate for that?
I don't
No.
think so.
No, it doesn't.
So it just does absolutely no compensation.
It
So
would make sense if it did that, and it also like like Apple Maps even like does a thing where if you it like kind of like learns your driving habits in a way,
yeah.
so it knows how many mile or how long it's going to get
Does
to X amount
Tesla
of miles.
do that?
They don't do that,
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Right?
Oh, I mean,
Like
it-
the
when
can I
you go on a
explain the
trip, it
battery,
shows
the
you-
caliper thing again? Better because I kind of fucked up the explanation.
What?
So the Teslas don't have sensors for the brake rotors. So
Do
if you
normal-
go on the
normal cars
racetrack a
have that?
lot, no,
Normal
normal
cars have
cars don't have that. No.
But it shows the temperature
Okay.
still. So
Yeah, but it
that's, like,
says it has it, but it'll predict how like if you press the brakes a lot, it'll predict the temperature of it and then say it's overheating. But if you replace the rotors with a higher performance one, it'll still say that it's overheating even if it's not. And so there's no actual sensors measuring the temperature. So I'm wondering how much of Tesla cars are actually that smart? Like how much of it is just like smoke and mirrors and it's just like pretending to be
Predictions.
smart? Yeah, and how much of it is actually just predicting it, and so how much of it is actually like true?
I'm sure a lot of it's been tested in house in like the limits of things. So like if you've harshly braked, like it'll do like A to B tests. Like if you're going like 80 and you slam the brakes, it'll predict how hot the brake calibers are going to get. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would assume that's been thoroughly tested if it's going to show it on the display.
If you have a
Uh,
Tesla too, like avoid actually using the brakes as much as humanly possible. Like basically
That
you
one
have
pedal
to
driving.
rely on regen.
But
yeah.
Don't forget to use the brakes sometimes though, because if you stop using it, then the brakes will seize, and when you actually need to use it, it won't work.
Well, I mean,
So that's a thing as well.
I'm kind of used to the regen braking because the
Yeah.
hybrid has it.
Yeah, the
so my
whole
But you
son
just have to
has
non-stop
make
it.
sure you
like,
use it
funny.
sometimes, because if you live in an area that gets salt, the calipers get seized and it just stops working. And so you have to go take it to a service center and get it rebuilt or replaced because the whole thing just is seized together from the salt and rust.
I don't think if you use the one pedal driving, you don't really like, at least from my experience, you don't really stop using the brakes altogether. You just kind of you stop using it a lot less for slowing down.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
use your brakes still when you get to like a stoplight or stop sign type thing.
Yes.
'Cause,
No, no.
driving
But like,
is
like-
don't say
really-
never use it, because if you never use it, it will
Well,
seize. So
and in
just
the
the
I
way
don't
the
think-
wording is what I'm saying.
I don't think you'll ever get to the point where you'll never use the brake. I mean, there have been
No.
plenty of times where I'm driving and someone like stops really hard in front of me, and
Yeah.
I'm still
yeah.
instinctually going to the brake. Like
Well,
even though I let go of the gas pedal and it starts to slow down immediately, because I mean it's pretty instant when you let go of the Tesla's gas pedal. It
It
stops.
jerks you forward.
But like,
Mhm.
but you have
They have
somebody
a
in front of you that
setting,
does something
too.
stupid, you're gonna instinctively go to your brake. So you're still using the brake.
Yeah, and they have a setting too. Like for me in the cold, regen doesn't always work. So in the cold, it'll warn you that like, hey, regen can't be used. But there's a setting that will use the brake instead, so that way you can still continue doing one pedal driving. So I have that enabled, and it'll tell me when it's going to use the brake or not.
Is it like more harsh than the motors, or is it like
No, it's still just as smooth, surprisingly.
that might actually be better? I mean, it'll make more wear on the brake caliber or brake or
Yeah.
whatever, but like, I mean, still, it's not bad.
Especially in the winter. Yeah, it's definitely because it'll show like the snowflake icon, and so I know that like regen's not going to work, like the battery's cold, etc.
Huh? That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I guess and one thing I'm curious about now that I've heard is that the tires wear faster
Yes,
on electric cars.
Ah,
because
it's a
of
heavy
weight.
car.
Yeah,
I'm
mean,
just
I have
curious,
brand
like
new
how
tires.
often
I
people
need
are
new ones
replacing
already.
tires.
I mean, honestly,
You
I'll
what?
need new ones I'll need new ones in the summer. I guarantee it.
Really?
Yeah, and mine was pretty much brand new when I got it, and the tires were like new, and I've been measuring them since I got it, and so
Mhm.
I'm guessing like July, maybe August at the latest. I'll need new tires before next winter.
Jeez.
Oh wow.
I mean,
mine
the
seems to
acceleration
look
doesn't help
pretty
either,
decent.
honestly.
No, it doesn't.
And that thing
It's
excels
so
for
it's
sure.
so fast, and I know that mine is not the fastest one because I have the standard range, but like it is still obnoxious.
Oh, it's
every
like a
time
roller
I've had
coaster.
somebody in the car. Huh?
Really?
It's like a roller coaster. It's great.
It is.
Instant torque.
It's like you know what the best comparison? It is like a golf cart car. It's like literally driving a golf cart.
So
It really
I've
is.
never test driven or driven the standard range. I've only done the performance and then the Polestar for electric cars. So how does the how's the torque if it's only a rear wheel drive? Like how does that feel?
So I mean, I haven't driven the all-wheel drive like performance model, so I really don't know how to compare it. I need now that I've driven mine for a week, I could probably compare it and give you like an idea of how it would be. But honestly, it's still really fast. It's just not as fast. Like it's a 2-second difference, 0 to 60, I think, right? Between
Right. Yeah,
performance
it's like
and
5.9, I think, or something like that. High fives.
yeah, but it's still really like it still blows you back in your seat and you still have that speed. I mean, like even on the highway, I've noticed that I'll be at like 60 and you could slam on that shit and it'll still go faster
It'll
than you
still
expect.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm surprised on the highway. I'm like, no other car I've had can you be like going fast on the highway and press the gas and it go faster than you expect. Like it is just
Right. The fact that it goes from 60 to 80, the same speed that it goes from 1 to 20. It's
yes.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've caught myself well over 100 in that car.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's
I mean,
very
you
easy.
can't even help yourself. You're like
Well,
you're
you
just driving
can't
like
feel
normal.
it.
And you're like, oh shit, I'm going 90. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
With
Yeah.
other cars, you can feel it, right? Like I've had,
Yeah.
SUVs, trucks. You can start to feel when you
You
creep
feel
on
like
like
it's floaty
90.
and stuff too.
Yeah.
It feels like in
Yeah.
a regular gas car, you have like that kind of pushback. Like the
Yeah.
limitations of the car as you're driving. You have more feeling. And that's another thing that's kind of weird between gas and electric is like you don't really have that kind of, I don't know. I feel like you lose a little bit of connection to the car because it's electric. You feel everything in gas cars. And then especially like if you guys have ever driven a manual, you have like the ultimate connection to your car because you're controlling every aspect of it. Everything.
Someone made this analogy and it's kind of like spot on almost. So the like EVs are more like microwaves, right? And gas powered cars are more like, ovens in the form like you still get the same thing, right? You still get the heat, but it's the quality of the heat that you want, right? So a microwave in a way kind of just like it's quick, right? But it's not, there's no natural flavored taste to it. Whereas if you were to like slow cook something in an oven, you get, the entire thing thoroughly cooked. I think that's there's more to that analogy than I probably described, that I'm probably missing a lot. But I mean, that kind of made some sense, I guess. I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, and I completely agree with you there. I completely agree. It's like there is like electric cars have the fun factor, and you can definitely have the performance and everything, but there's nothing like a traditional car. It's like a completely different experience. But now I've kind of gotten like the best of all of the worlds. I've had gas cars, I've now had a hybrid, and now I've had an electric car. So I've kind of gotten a little taste of everything. And I mean, I don't know what the preference really is, but
in your Tesla app, can you see where like previous service that was done to your Tesla from the previous drivers? Or
I wish. No, I've gone in there. If I go in there, it's only mine.
It should just link to the VIN number.
That's what I would think. Maybe there just hasn't been any.
I'm sure if you go to the dealership, they would tell you.
So
like,
I have it. That's the history right there. Yeah.
Well, you got yours used through Tesla, right? So like,
yes,
I got mine through a dealer, and one of the funny things is when I first got it, it was still logged into the guy's account. So like when I first got in the car, I could see, and the car came from Florida, and I could see all these golf courses that this guy went to. And like I can see when he picked it up from Tesla, and literally he sold it like a few weeks later, like just got rid of the car. And so I could see all the places he went though, but he didn't have any service or anything. So I was just curious if you could see it.
So when I got mine, it was in kind of he told me to download the app. So I already had the app downloaded and everything, but it has like, you have it until the point it says accept delivery, and you have the car in there, like your VIN number, everything's in there, but you can't control anything of the car. They actually controlled the car from their computer, which was kind of crazy. Like he went on the computer and unlocked it for me and put the hazards on. And then I go in there and it's kind of like in a delivery demo mode where you obviously can't just like put it in drive and leave. but you can look around it and you can check out everything on it. And when I finally took delivery in my app, I had to actually log out and log back in. And then it had the name that the person had put in there for the car. So like it had the old name of the car, which was Papamobile. Like it's Spanish for the Papamobile. Which made me laugh so hard because it was from Miami. I was like, that makes complete sense. Anyway, but yeah, that was the only thing I had to do.
It was a family
I had to
car.
go in there. Yeah, and I had to go change the name. So, but it's on the old name.
Hilarious. Like I mean, when I got mine, because it was just standard dealer, right? Like I walked in, signed, got in, drove away. Like there was no, like even the guy was like, because it was a Jeep Chrysler Dodge dealership, he was like, you know how to use and like drive these things, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, good, because I have no clue. Best of luck. And then I got in the car and then I just left.
Oh, that's great.
You know how to use it? Good.
So
I don't.
So, and you know, the dealership thing is different because like when I looked at the other ones, the used ones I was looking at, it was kind of the same. Like the other person's information was still in the system. Like you could see what they had named it and all that information that you were talking about. Like with, I guess if you buy through Tesla, they know how to reset the thing. They know how to actually get it, you know, in the modes that they need to get it into. Some of the things I noticed though, the standard range comes with no mats. Even if they bought mats, I guess they get rid of them. So I had no mats in this car, so I had to buy those.
Seriously?
Yeah, if you buy the standard range plus, there's no mats. No mats, no charger, no nothing. You get absolutely nothing. So if the person apparently left the charger, you would get the charger. So I actually met this other guy while I was there. He's really cool. His name is Dustin. So I don't think he's ever watching this, but hi Dustin, if you're watching this. But no, I met him there and he actually was going to buy my car and I bought it. And that was crazy. Like you guys told me to go put my money on it. And then I bought it before he did, and he bought the next one down, which was a black one, which was 40 grand. And he bought that one. He has the same delivery time as I did. And I was like, what a small world.
Wow.
How crazy is that? Same Orlando dealership.
Absolute steal.
Yeah. No, he got the better deal though. So he got a 2019.
Really?
His had the performance and long range and FSD added. And he only paid a couple grand more than I did. Huh?
Oh.
And FSD is the one that brought that price up.
Oh, that's solid though.
I didn't know.
But it only brought it up like $7,000.
$8,000 option.
I know.
Like, that's crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, but because you have the 2019, there was like one thing. So apparently the 2019 didn't have the speaker, like the pedestrian speaker. So yeah, it didn't have that built in. So you had to get it.
I would love that.
Oh, I love that thing. I use it at the bus
that
stop.
I can make my car fart. Like Hunter was making the car fart out, like it's just farting randomly outside.
Oh, you can
That's
like
great.
play music outside of it. Like I pull it up at the bus stop, and when there's like kids too close to the car, I just fuck with them every time. It's so great.
What sound do you use?
Megaphone, where you have a megaphone and you can change your voice, and you can get the hell away from my car. Like really,
you can speak with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait. So what if you like someone cuts you off and you can just
you can't.
What the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah, you can't.
Oh, that's boring.
It's illegal. Yeah.
I didn't realize they turned that off last year, and I was like, that would have come in so handy. I would have been like, hey, fuck you, guy. You know?
Oh, you could say that and then just floor it because any other gas car doesn't have the torque that you have.
Exactly.
And so you just say fuck you and then just get the fuck out.
The one thing that I tried when I was driving, the one that I tried out, the one horn go-to horn I went to was the La Cucaracha horn. Just blasted.
Yes. Oh my god.
What's
great.
La Cucaracha?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, and it does it really loud too. Like
I know it's
we were at my
blaring
friend's
it. Like
What's the other one that goes like da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na? That one.
oh, that's
What's that called?
I think it's from GTA. I don't know.
What? No. Like
I wish
GTA.
you- I wish you
brought
I know,
it
they
over
got it
from
from them,
something
yeah.
else.
I know. I can't remember the name of it though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd
no,
probably
that
do
feature
that.
is awesome though.
Yeah.
Can you play the song
It's
with
awesome.
"Move, bitch, get out the way"?
I think
You can upload your own
can you play
horns. Yeah.
songs?
Yeah.
I think
Through the phone drive,
I haven't messed with it.
I know you can upload like custom sounds on it, but like, is there a workaround so you can do it while driving,
No.
or is that the horn?
They locked it down. But yeah, the horn you can
They locked it
change.
down, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Hunter was trying to change the horn, and then it grays out and goes back to the default horn.
Yeah.
for us.
That's boring.
I don't know if it is. Yeah.
It's like a legal
But
thing
the
though,
reason-
because they lost a few cases in a few states because of that.
Yeah.
Is it like?
And the reason
Is it like the
the-
police thing?
Yeah,
Like,
so like the megaphone
it's-
part is impersonating a police officer,
Oh.
and then the horn, it's like not standard road whatever, so they don't let you just customize it.
But
That's
in addition, what they said was the NHSTA or whatever they are. They said that because it has to make a noise to warn pedestrians, if the sound that you're playing plays over that sound, then they don't like that because
that
they
makes
could play
sense.
over the sound. Yeah, so like you hear the little whirring sound when it backs up or when it's going at a slow speed, and if you have something else playing over it, they didn't like that because if there's a silence between you talking and it's silent without the whirring sound taking over, then somebody couldn't hear you. Like that's what the issue was.
oh.
Yeah, it's so you notice how like my Sonata hybrid has it makes a beeping sound when it backs up. It's so awful.
Is that why? There's like I
yeah.
saw like a SUV recently and it was backing up and it made like a beeping noise and I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's not even like a big truck or anything. Why is it? Is
a
it because it's an
pedestrian
electric
warning
car?
system. Yes, because it makes no
did
noise
not
and
know
because
that.
you have to So
Wow,
at
I
slow
didn't know
speed
that.
like 10 to 20 miles an hour, it'll make a kind of alien noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
It's
really
just sounded like a
obnoxious.
beep from like the big trucks.
I think they started that with
Yeah,
the Prius. I'm pretty sure. That was like
Yeah,
the car that started that
um,
whole thing.
Yeah, I think they did. But it's just I hate that every single one has a different sound and they're all obnoxious. They're all
Yeah.
terrible. Look, the fact that the Sonata beeps like it sounds like a truck backing up, like it's like beep beep beep. It's so bad, and people look at you like you're stupid, and it's like it's just the car, man. It's just
See,
a car.
technically, you could remove those speakers or at least replace the audio file with something else that you'd want, but like, I don't know how legal that is.
Yeah, I was about to talk about that. Could you jailbreak a Tesla?
Not jailbreak per se, but you'd be able to at least maybe modify the system firmware.
Yeah, that's what jailbreaking is, right? Essentially, like being able to have
Kinda.
free reign or control over,
Oh,
like,
Here's
the-
another fun thing I found out. Because I have the standard range model, I have the poor model. There are certain things that are disabled that are incled. So apparently there are speakers that are not active. There are additional
Yeah, that's
speakers
true.
in the car
yeah,
that are
the
not
heated
active.
seats in the back.
No, the heated seats in the back are active. However, there's
they are
footwell
active.
lights. There are lights in the footwell. They're there, but they are only available on premium models.
That's so dumb.
So it is. So someone posted a video showing theirs. They had the standard range plus, and they opened the door really quick, and the lights came on, and the computer realized it and turned them off immediately. So like they
It's like, wait, you're too
Like,
broke
oh
for
shit,
this.
you're not supposed to have
No.
that.
Yes.
It's
So the
That
computer
defines-
when it realized it was like,
Take-
no.
It's like it's teasing you. It's like you could have this, but you got to pay us like thousands of
it
dollars.
defines Tesla so well though. Like we nickel and dime for lights, for everything.
That's crazy.
Well, why can't I pay to have
believe
the lights? What if I wanted the
you can
footwell lights?
take
What
it-
if I wanted to give you?
So, so do you know Rich Rebuilds?
Yes, and I
Okay.
was, he mentioned this
Yeah.
like a little while ago.
So I've essentially been watching him since he got the original Dolores. Since it got flooded and his channel blew up, I've been watching him since then. And when he was doing, what was the company that he launched?
Electrified Garage.
Electrified Garage. So they made like a little plug-in box you can put that improves the performance of the car.
Mhm.
But that's like legally limited, right? Because like if you sell anything else that modifies anything else, then Tesla might come after them. So just selling the performance box, it voids your warranty automatically. But so what's stopping people from selling a product or someone just figuring out how it works to enable all the features that they disabled for free?
I believe they might have something like that, Electrified Garage, where it flashes the firmware into
Yeah.
a long range or performance.
How
But it
about
keeps
like
the performance constraints of a standard range. And like
Oh.
range too. Yeah. So it basically tricks the Tesla into thinking that it's what it's not type thing. 'Cause
yeah?
I don't think it's
Yeah.
registered to the VIN. I mean, it is, but like you wouldn't be able to.
I mean, your warranty
can
would be
trick it
voided
pretty easily.
immediately,
Of
though.
course. Well,
I'm
I mean, you could always
assuming-
flash your firmware back, and then technically it would.
I feel like
but-
it would, because it's connected to Tesla's servers all the time. Like, won't it have a? I don't fully understand the term handshake and networking too often yet. Still, but I'm
I don't
certain
think it would
that the
self-report.
network is constantly checking if all the firmware is right, and if there isn't, it immediately just like voids the warranty. I feel
I
like
think
that's
the
what
only thing
Tesla
that it checks
does.
for is for title status. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm
How
pretty
do
sure.
they do that? How do they verify the title
The VIN.
status? Is it just insurance? Like, do they have something going on with insurance? Or
DMV,
is it
DMV records.
Yeah,
DMV
it's all through the
records?
VIN, yeah, because they
Oh.
can monitor the VIN and all that.
I feel
Yeah,
like
so,
they would
I
have
mean,
some
as soon
sort
as,
of.
as soon as the car is totaled, I think they have to, if somebody buys it
Well-
after it's totaled, that's a salvage title,
Yeah.
so it no longer.
But you
I
know
think
how
you'll
the
see the
car
DMV
is always
records.
checking for updates, right? I'm sure that in
Yeah.
one of the codes that's being sent and coming back, there's some sort of checking firmware of every single part in the car, and it's like, oh, there's a discrepancy. Boom, no more warranty. Like, I swear, like they would have that. Like, I think Tesla would do that. I have no credibility because I don't know anything about it, but I feel like Tesla would do that.
They might. I don't know. I think honestly, I would. I mean, this is kind of a weird, opinion, but I would trade a warranty for more performance. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it depends, of course.
Hey.
If it's the,
Yes.
if it's like the warranty for the battery, I don't think I'd take it. But if it's like a standard, limited warranty type thing, not including the battery, 100,000-mile thing, then I think it would be fine.
When it voids the warranty, doesn't it void every warranty? The drivetrain warranty, every warranty of the car? Like the second you modify
I would,
it?
I would.
I don't know.
It's only Tesla's
I thought
we were
only
getting a
one
call.
warranty. It's only one policy. So I think once
Oh.
you do modify, it just voids the entirety of that.
Right.
And I mean, honestly, and if you think about it, who is really modifying a car? I would say that most cars probably that are being modified are out of like the normal warranty. Like,
Would
they're
you
not
like to see
under-
someone who bought a Tesla Model 3 and then immediately slammed it?
What do you mean immediately slammed it? Like?
Oh, okay. So
destroyed it?
in car terminology, slamming a car means lowering the car as much as possible to the point where the car rubs on the ground. So there's this YouTuber who makes videos reviewing slammed cars or stance cars where their rims are poking out like this and the rims are really
Why?
tucking into the wheel well. And so he
I
bought a
hate
Tesla
that.
Model 3 and then immediately put coilovers on it. And then it lowered the car like an insane amount. It looks kind of sick, but it's really dangerous.
Mhm.
Because so
Why do people do
yeah.
that? What benefit does that have? I've seen that. Like the wheels are like this.
Yeah. They throw away practicality for aesthetics.
So you scrape the bottom of the car on every single thing you drive over.
Yes. So your oil pan, your subframe, your exhaust, your fuel tank sometimes, your front lip, your back lip, back diffuser, the differential. So certain cars, like
Why?
for looks.
I know, but like,
The
just imagine going over a speed bump too
low-
fast.
Yeah,
Going-
so
going over speed
for
bump
that,
fast?
you're supposed to angle it so the tire is the one that takes the brunt of it, and then you're supposed to slowly go around
How
it.
much room is it in the wheel well? Like when it's curved like that and it's lowered that much, how is it like just like barely not even like a quarter of an inch between the wheel well and the tire? Like how much space
Yeah.
is actually there? There's
Barely.
no space for the suspension to even do its job.
Barely.
Yeah. And this is for aesthetics, and you drive around,
Yes.
you daily that. Why?
Yeah, low and
I
slow. But
understand.
the thing is, right? Everyone who drives around in those like ridiculously stanced cars, everyone has the biggest grin on their face when they're driving it. So it's honestly as long as they're happy, even though it's really dangerous because
Yeah.
if you have really low profile tires and have essentially no suspension travel, the second your tire
Yeah.
pops, you're completely bottomed out. And so you lose
Yeah.
control of the car. It is
You're
like
nearly
really
bottom.
scary.
I mean, like if you think about it,
So-
even if it doesn't go flat, even if you lose some pressure in the tire, you're technically bottomed out. In
Yeah,
one
you're just
corner
gonna
of the car.
you're just gonna slide around like
Exactly. Oh, hey, I gotta go to the gas station, fill my tire up. You're just scraping the entire front. Like
Yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
and it limits like so that's why I like airbags, which essentially is just it lowers your car only when it's stopped, and you can adjust the height
Yes.
like anytime you want. And modern cars and luxurious cars have that as well. Teslas have that too, the Model S. I
Plus.
think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Model S
So
has it.
I like bags or airbags on cars. I don't really like stance because it's like really dangerous.
Mhm.
So I feel like
Yeah.
we've been talking about cars today more than tech.
Yeah, I know. And thank you. I will be making videos on it. I just need to like actually write stuff down and actually make the video on it. And I will have to show my face, unfortunately, because I don't normally show my face on videos. Except here,
Mm.
obviously I show my face here, but like when I make videos it's always a top down, just looking at the product, but I'll be
Yeah,
should do
Ian,
a
talking to the
collab on-
camera.
We should do a
what?
collab once you drive yours for a little bit more, and we can compare.
Yeah, I'm
like,
totally fine with that.
yeah.
Also, if you're gonna make a used car guide or like used Tesla car guide, you should in the video you should say every single thing you should be looking out for in every single model year of the Tesla. That would do really well, because
I would
everyone
love
wants to know it. And if you congregate all the data, like you go through forums and just look at every single thing that has gone wrong, and then look at which one seems to be common, and make a whole video like congregating all the issues, I think people would really appreciate that. So when they're looking for used cars, they'll like know what to look out for.
I already helped one person because I was on the Model 3 subreddit
Forums,
and someone asked about the charger. They were like, can I go to the dealership or to the Tesla store and buy the charger? And I literally asked at delivery, and they do not sell them in the store or at the delivery centers. It is crazy. They don't even sell the charger. So you have to buy it online. Yes.
Oh, so did you look at the adapter I sent you? The link for the adapter?
Yeah, so and we'll end on this because I know this is like this was the issue that I had. So I apparently have an older dryer plug that is no longer made because it's not grounded. So the plug that it came with was it a 1045 or something like 10-45 adapter? I can't recall. But the one I have is like a 10-30, and it has 3 prongs. So it has like a kind of curved prong, like an L-shaped prong, and then you have the 2. And then the one that it came with has 3, and one long one kind of thicker one. Well, I didn't realize that was an older one. So like someone on Twitter basically was like, oh, you should have done your due diligence and researched this beforehand. And I was like, I didn't expect to have to pay all this money for chargers and all this stuff. I'm learning as I go. I'm figuring this out. And
I can't expect us to know everything off like right when we buy it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what I expected to happen was I kind of hoped that it would come with a plug, like a regular plug charger. And that
when you buy a gasoline car, you don't expect the nozzle to be. You don't expect to go to a gas station and have the nozzle specifically fit for your gas tank or something.
Right.
That's not something you normally expect in a car, especially if you've never had an electric car before. So.
And I think if we compare it to kind of like phones, like how phones no longer include the charging adapter, they don't include headphones,
which
they
sucks.
don't include like some of the stuff. I think that
when
EVs were new,
and they go hard at it too.
Yeah, but like when EVs were new, when they were kind of new and just coming out, they included those things to make you feel more comfortable with it.
Well, to be honest, the first Model S's came with unlimited battery replacements and unlimited free supercharging. So
free supercharger mile, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you got free
unlimited
supercharging, you got unlimited,
so
and then you also probably you got a charger in the car.
Right.
At the beginning, I think it was part of just like the honeymoon period. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah. They try to entice everybody and try to like get in the car and see what it's like and
getting
own
people to feel comfortable with electric cars, like because it is a big change. Like you don't realize it is a big change, but like you have to have that charging at home or the charging available around you. And now that it's like more prominent, like literally, I mean, it's still far from me. I would consider like it's still 20 minutes away for me to go to a supercharger. Like instead of me going to the gas station 5 minutes away. But it's still convenient enough where I could get there if I need to. And it's open 24 hours. And you can see how many stalls are available, that kind of crap, and how fast it's going to charge, how much it's going to be. Like, it's all pretty clear and transparent. Like, I talked to Miles a little bit because he messaged me about it. And I said, what do you do for charging? And he's like, I only supercharge. And I was like, okay, so there are people out there that just only supercharge. They don't charge at their apartment. They don't charge at their house. And they just go to supercharge.
If you have a big enough capacity.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah.
See that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he has the performance model, so he has the capacity to do that. So,
also,
I feel like I need to have
220 volt at his house either. I don't think he has a spot for it, at least from what I know.
Yeah, does he have he has an apartment, right? So it's probably not possible for him to charge.
Yeah.
Some apartments have free charging.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not saying Miles Tech, by the way. I'm just saying some apartments.
No, yeah. No, I mean, like I mean, if anything, what he could do is if he lived on like I don't know if he lives upstairs, downstairs, whatever. If he lived downstairs, he could park right near his apartment, and there was like a plug outside, and they accepted that, they allowed that to happen. He could probably no, I've seen that happen too.
No. I was just imagining like I was just imagining like what if he buys like 4 or 5 massive solar panels in his like deck, just attaches it, and then just has this like thick ass like 3-gauge wire running from like his room all the way down to the garage just so he can charge his car or something. That's what I was just imagining. It's not realistic. It's not feasible. I just thought that'd be funny if someone actually did it.
That'd be great.
Now one thing that Hyundai did with the Sonata Hybrid is now my version doesn't have it, but one of the higher end versions of the Hybrid actually has a solar panel built into the roof, and I thought that was actually
but that's useless.
unique. Not necessarily. You
Well,
could get
the thing is, the
miles.
amount of power it can get from that such small
area
yeah, it's like 1 mile every week or something. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Does it actively charge a battery or no?
It might, but
yeah,
like even if it did, the amount it is just insignificant.
Yes, it's very little, but it's still nice.
I mean,
And also, it's just extra things that's going to stab into your skin if you ever get in a rollover accident. You really don't want any more materials that can stab you, more than the tempered glass.
Yeah, that
I mean, well, the Teslas all have glass roofs. I mean, it's not like
but it's tempered.
You know,
they're also like very bottom heavy, so the chance for rollover is very minimal.
Like, have you seen the Tesla
That's
rollover
true.
videos? The amount of effort the NHTSA, I think it was.
Mhm.
What was it again? National Highway, whatever.
NHSTA.
The amount of effort they went through to try to flip a Tesla and fail
Crazy.
is insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's the
So-
center of gravity on the Teslas are insanely low.
Funny thing, well, not funny thing. There was a Model Y that flipped on a curb right outside my house.
What?
It's kind of like a weird. So before the intersection, before you get to my house, there's a curb, right? And I guess someone was going to merge into them, and the Tesla, I guess, saw it and alerted the person, so they swerved, they hit the curb at an angle, and then somehow flipped. I don't necessarily know how. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it was on its roof, which is crazy.
But even then, the Tesla has really structural. roofs.
No, it's yeah.
I mean, any modern car nowadays has like really structural roofs now compared to
You'd be surprised.
Do you know
You'd be
Aging
surprised.
Tools on YouTube, Ian? The guy like he makes reviews. He's like a net general car YouTuber, but he recently bought a Lada, and the A pillars is like what's it called? What the Twizzler? It looks like a little Twizzler. It's super thin. It's like, oh, if you get in a rollover, you're gonna be part of the car. Like
Your head is reinforcement.
by the way, I really like the channel Aging Tools because it's like really cool. So I just wanted to point that
But
out.
speaking of like the structural rigidity, like you'd be surprised about some cars. So a lot of these, like these government agencies or entities that kind of test crash testing, and they test the rollover capability, and they test like that rigidity. The reason that cars do better is because of those tests, because they'll fail that test. It makes their brand look bad, and they improve it the next year.
Yeah.
However,
it's the
what I've
name and
noticed
shame
is that-
technique.
Yes, because because if you are said to have the safest car, people want to buy your car. They like that. It's safe. It's a family thing, But the funniest thing I saw recently was they would test the driver's side, the whole side. They would have that large, like flat thing that would crush the side to test the rigidity.
Oh yeah, the roof. Yeah.
And guess what? They would make that side rigid and the other side not. It would not be as rigid as the driver's side because they knew that they were testing only the driver's side. So they got caught with that. So now they would test both, and then car manufacturers would have to change it up, and they'd have to fix that. But they would try to always come up with some workaround to cheap out on it. Like
kind of scummy.
The fact that we have it is. Oh, it's 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheat the passenger safety so I can get the safest car name, but I don't give a fuck about the safety of the passengers. That's so scummy.
It
so
really
scummy.
is. No, but I mean, it's like if they test the driver's side, they don't have to be concerned with the passenger side. I mean, it's the same thing. Like going back to what I was talking about when we first started, like how in the 90s we had one airbag for the driver and none for the passenger. It's crazy how. But like if you think about it now, like I just watched a video recently on the Corolla, like the base Corolla, and the amount of safety features that we have in base model cars now compared to 20 years ago is insane. It's
Oh, yeah.
insane how much we actually have in cars now. Like
Backup cameras
you
are
would have to
standard.
pay. Backup cameras are standard. Lane keep assist. Radar cruise
Is that
control.
standard?
Cruise control in general. I remember cars not even having air conditioning as a base model option or a freaking right mirror. You remember cars not even having a right mirror because that
That
was an
sounds
option.
dangerous.
It was
That was
yes.
a while ago. But yeah,
Yes.
I
What
think
is that?
That
That's
was
like
the 90s.
80s or
the early
70s, I'm
2000s.
assuming.
No,
He's
90s.
like,
That was
remember
90s,
when
early
we had
2000s.
horse and buggy?
Yeah, he's going like
I'm
way
not
back.
that,
I'm
not
like,
that bad.
I
I'm
know
just saying- I'm just
90s
saying, like-
Civics had AC as an option. I know that, but like
No, Chihiro, no. Listen,
power
2007.
windows.
2007, they had an option for a Civic without AC. In 2007.
Why?
Oh, you're in
Who
Florida.
can live
Are you
without
kidding me?
AC
They
within
advertised that
2007
shit
in cars?
Florida, and it was $11,000 without
In
AC.
Florida?
You
In
know, I
Florida.
guess if you live in an extremely cold climate,
That makes sense.
It would work out.
But in
like Alaska
Florida?
or something, yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, it would not work.
Florida
Yeah,
is
but they
so
did that.
humid and just hot.
You know what's
Could you
weird is that
imagine just a fan?
sunroofs haven't really like changed much at all in the last
No.
like 20 years.
Wait,
Like
wait,
there's
wait,
still
wait,
not
a
at
thing
all,
that
no.
you have to like option on a car when you build it.
Okay, wait.
It's-
To be honest, though, there is a reason though, because some people's like height,
Right.
like torso
Right.
height, right? Like if you have a sunroof, it's limited. It's lower because there's more mechanism. You have to have the water, like
Yeah, it's a whole,
what is it? The
It's a whole thick
mechanism.
piece that's
It's like
put
this
into
thick.
the roof.
Yeah.
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 So it makes like that being standard. I hope it never becomes standard because I'm never gonna fit in any car if I do that.
Panoramic sunroofs are fine. I feel like, if it's just a panoramic roof that doesn't open, there's no
Yeah,
mechanism
moonroof.
for it to
Yeah,
open.
Teslas.
Yeah.
The way Tesla
Yeah,
does it
they're-
is perfect.
Yeah, they're completely fine. Completely fine.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
do
surprised
like
that there's not that
BMW
much
and just
light
make the
coming
carbon fiber standard. That's an option.
I mean, at least
Oh
that
my
way it
god,
reduces weight
these
slightly.
new BMWs are gorgeous, dude.
Mhm.
Oh my god, every
They're
single
really
one of
nice.
them look nice.
I don't like the new G80s. The G80 and
No,
the
the G80s
G82.
Perfect.
No, it
Perfect.
still looks so fucking ugly. I hate the front end of it so much.
It's
Oh
gotten
my God.
so
You
much
know,
better.
The
at least in my
Subaru
mind.
WRX has grown on me. The BMW G80 and the G82 has not.
What's
all.
wrong with you?
What?
the
Have you
new
seen the-
WRX?
Yeah, have you seen the new WRXs with the fender flares painted?
I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah,
fixed,
people say
but
it looks.
at that
The
point, just
people
get
say
a
the
standard,
rear
like,
end looks like a
2020.
Type R, like an FK8 Type R. The FK8 Type R looked great.
Mm,
I think the WRX looks cool with the painted fender flares. That's
Wait,
my
you-
opinion.
You don't like the G80? That looks really nice.
I hate the
G80
G80
is
look.
really nice. The G80.
I hate okay. I like the rear end of the G80, and I hate the G82 in general. I hate the G82. It just looks terrible. Nothing goes along with it. The G82.
What are
The
you
G80
talking
I really
about?
like. What?
It looks so good. It looks very
No,
aggressive.
fuck the
and
G80. It looks so bad.
No, the
Oh,
G80 looks
God.
awesome.
Oh, the front bumper
The
looks
rear end's
fucking
perfect.
terrible. The rear end
Front
is good.
Takes.
I don't
some
like the
getting used
G82
to,
though.
but,
The
like,
G82
If
is
I
the
could
M4.
change one thing, that front grill is
Yeah,
bothers
that's
me
the
a little
grill.
bit.
Everything else
It looks
besides the
like-
car look like I hate the grill still. It looks so ugly.
It looks like long teeth or something. I
See the
don't know what to
the
compare it
M4 I
to.
understand because it's a little
I hate
more
the M4. It looks
wide
terrible.
on the front. The rear end still looks great on the everything but the front bumper on the M4. But the M3 I can stand behind because it's smaller and it works with that.
I wish they put the M340i bumper on the G80
no,
and then made it aggressive.
no, the M340i bumper with that massive black lidar sensor in the front.
Wait. Are you confusing the two? Because the G80 looks terrible and the M340i looks great.
No, well, the previous generation M340i,
M340i.
like before
Oh,
they redesigned the bumper,
Not the new one where the bumper looks like the M5 CS or it's like, ugh.
right? Yeah,
Not
no,
that. Not that.
No,
The previous
the
gen
one before
M340i.
right. That one looks fine. If they did that,
Yeah.
maybe slightly thinner, maybe I don't know. It would
But
look
I mean,
good.
like make that one aggressive. Like have the pointed,
M340i, are you talking about the 2023? Like the newest
2022.
the one before the 2021,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Let me look.
The one
like you
before.
can make the M340i essentially look like a G80 and it looks sick. And it has the same engine as the B58. No wait.
Yeah,
No, the
that's
BMW, the G80 has the N50. No. What is it? It's like the N57? I forgot what the engine code was for the G80. But it's not the B50. Is it the B58? Hold up.
No, the B58 is the one.
I
in
should have
the
taken him to
M240i.
the car show with me. I swear, I should have taken him to the car show. He would have known more about these things than I do.
Which PM? Oh, the S58. Wait, no, is it the S58? No. Hold on.
The M3.
Drew is being
The
very quiet
S58.
right now.
G80 BMW.
Like I drive a Tesla.
I have no clue.
Oh, okay. So it's an S58. It's not the B58. It's a.
Yeah, the
I'm assuming
B58 is-
there's differences in the bore and the stroke and the compression. I'm assuming, but it's essentially it's still a turbo straight six. So
yeah,
what were we talking about again?
cars. I guess I don't know. We should probably end it
G80
here.
is
We're at hour 20.
Yeah, actually, this would be a good time
Yeah.
to cut it off because I'm
Yes.
I'm sweating. It's hot in my room.
All right.
All right,
So, okay. Well, thank you all for joining us on True Tone, which ended up becoming car tech talk.
Yeah.
We'll maybe continue this next week. Thank you all for joining us. The two of you to the left.
It might just be Drew.
It might be.
It might be.
Hi,
For the
Drew.
kids, yeah.
I've
Drew's
enjoyed
wife.
watching.
I mean, the second half, like when we were talking about cars, you were kind of just listening.
He was.
So I mean, technically, you were.
That's fair.
All right. Well, thank you all for
All
joining
right,
us. We'll
guys.
see you possibly next week. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. I'm clicking the button now. Good night.